Richard, from NI's perspective and the technology perspective, what do you think are some of the elements of innovation?
Well, I guess if you give me a little bit of leeway to come back to that. I guess one of the questions that I get a lot, or you hear a lot or read a lot about in the news is, has innovation stalled? Have we lost our ability to innovate and drive new technologies? And the one thing that I see very clearly in talking with engineers and scientists and even our own children is that, you know, innovation may seem to have slowed, but the ideas for things that people want to try and explore, the creativity of the mind is just churning out a tremendous amount of ideas. And so I think what's actually causing a little bit of a challenge on the technical side is the tools. I think people have an idea that they want to explore, they want to innovate, they want to discover, but it's just too complex to even begin to know where to start. Just as Tim described, it's, you know, you lose sight. You do your victory dance when the test equipment actually takes a measurement, not when you determine what the wind speed is of the tornado. You know.
Exactly.
And I think that it brings an interesting situation where really what we need the help of all of our editors and press here today is we need to help be connected with the domain experts who have these ideas and things they want to try to these platforms and tools that you're seeing on stage and throughout the conference here today. We're having everyday conversations with all of our field engineers and technical support people trying to help get the tools in their hands. But so many of them, I don't think have, when we talk to them, the end users, they say, you know, I don't have time to go and explore ways to do my job better. I'm under so much pressure, so many projects that I just keep grinding it out using the same old way that my predecessor used. Or they try to venture out and do something different and their colleagues tell them, like they told Tim, that will never work. So I think to the extent that we can pair the domain experts with the ideas, who are also your readers, together with our tools and ultimately our partners and integrators' expertise, I think that's ultimately what's going to help get innovation back on track. You know, the real capstone that resonated with me was at NI Week, we had a doctor, an orthopedic doctor, who was trying to figure out how to, when someone has a reconstructive knee operation, how to relieve the pressure on the knee through a walking brace so they're not having to crutch around. And so he was a domain expert with this idea, but he didn't know how to go about designing and instrumenting and testing this prosthetic brace. Well, a friend of his connected him with a local high school teacher who was trying to teach or build up this mechatronics high school class. And they were starting to use LabVIEW and some of our data acquisition products. Well, in the end, there's this small team of junior and senior high school students actually helped this doctor build and test that prosthetic using LabVIEW and the data acquisition products you saw before. It was incredible. And they ended up graduating from high school with patents as a result of enabling them to connect the domain expert, you know, with the students and the technology and tools. So, you know, I think the lack of innovation that some may be feeling exists, I think is not a lack of ideas or creativity, it's a lack of getting the right tools and technologies in their hands.
Juan Carlos, desde tu perspectiva,